Do you find the MLBB settings confusing? Well, even former pro players mess up their games because of this. But we can prevent this from happening if you know all the settings in the game. So in this video, I will help you understand all the important control settings you need to know. Let's begin with the targeting method. And the best choice here is the advanced one. This is because it has the turret lock button, which isn't available in other controls. This turret lock button is very crucial, especially in the late game, when you can use it to end the game by focusing on the enemy turret. It will help you avoid switching your attack to incoming heroes or minions. The other button is for attacking minions or creeps, which is great for last hitting, especially if your hero doesn't have skills for clearing minions. This will help you accumulate all the bonus gold for last hitting minions, which is quite good, especially if you manage to last hit them all. Next is the targeting priority, and let me show you how it works. Well, it's pretty obvious that if you select the lowest HP, it will target the enemy with the lowest HP within your attack range, while choosing the closest target will make your hero attack the enemy closest to you. But how about the lowest HP percent? I'll give you a scenario. Layla and Zilong are at full HP, and Tigreal has taken a little bit of damage. Which hero will Mia target? I know some of you might say Layla, but the correct answer is Tigreal.
What?
This is simply because Tigreal has only 80% HP, while Layla and Zilong have 100%. I don't recommend using the lowest HP percent option because it's based solely on the HP bar, regardless of how much total HP the enemy has. Lowest HP is the recommended targeting priority for all heroes, since the highest damage dealers usually have the lowest HP. Meanwhile, the closest target option is ideal for fighters who need to lifesteal from anyone nearby to sustain themselves in a clash, rather than chasing low HP targets. For some marksmen like Moscow, closest target option can be helpful for his passive, since the hero behind takes more damage. But if the tank is aware of this, it will be difficult to pull off. That's why we have the advanced control mode, which gives us access to one of the most important settings in the game, the hero lock mode. This control should always be turned on because it helps you target lock any hero. Their avatar will appear near your skills, and you can lock the target with just one tap. Not only will your basic attacks, but also all your skills will hit the same target. So if you're not comfortable tapping this button, you need to start getting used to it. Because as you climb higher in rank, the game becomes more technical, and even the smallest action can make the difference between winning and losing. Accurate indicator. This is for single target skills, allowing us to aim precisely anywhere, not just by swiping. If you don't like using hero lock mode, you can use this alternative instead. However, it's only effective for long-range single target skill, since it becomes difficult to aim accurately when enemies are close to you. Aim panning, also known as camera shift in the old version, helps you extend your view beyond the limits of your screen. It automatically pans the camera in the direction you are dragging, giving you better control over your aim. It's perfect for heroes with long-range skills, and you won't have to worry about manually dragging the camera. But make sure to turn off this feature for Fanny, or you'll end up getting dizzy. Assisted aiming mode, from the name itself, helps you aim and follow the target for certain skills when you hold down the skill button. However, I don't recommend using this as your main targeting mode, especially when the enemy is moving. It simply follows the target like an AI, and predicting and anticipating movements require the human brain. This feature is much more likely to be useful for targets that aren't moving. It will make landing the skill faster by a fraction of a second, and save you time on aiming. Moving pursuit has been a game-changing feature, especially for marksmen, since it was first introduced as an attack assist. Before this feature was added, the setting was defaulted to on, with no option to turn it off, and it would feel like your hero was dancing cha-cha whenever you tried to move back and attack. The good thing is, you can now turn off so your hero won't automatically follow enemy heroes if they're not within attack range. This setting has provided heroes like Wanwan, Irithel, and others with enhanced attack control, allowing them to fully maximize their passives. Meanwhile, Close Pursuit is designated for the jungle role, giving players the choice to either focus on jungling or targeting heroes. When you activate Close Pursuit, it will prioritize the jungle monster you're currently attacking, even if there is a nearby enemy hero. But if you turn it off, it will automatically target and prioritize any nearby hero within your attack range. However, you can simply ignore this setting and use the creep button and the hero lock button to easily choose your primary target and preventing confusion. Joystick deadzone. Does anyone here use this setting? Basically, when you turn it on, It prevents movement when you press or drag the joystick to the center. Honestly, I think it's a good setting for a physical joystick because you can feel the response. However, for a virtual joystick, I really don't recommend it. If you want to make your gameplay smoother, just turn off the controller dead zone and fix the position of the joystick to a single spot by selecting on under the joystick setting to prevent it from moving around the screen. But for the skill joystick position, the tap position setting can help you execute skill and combos more effectively. It enhances your tapping experience around the tapping area of any skill, reducing the chances of misclicking or missing a skill. You'll notice that once you tap the skill, the point you tap becomes the new center of the area, allowing you to freely swipe from the middle, even if you initially tapped near the edge of the skill button. But if you're still having problems, you can increase the size of your skill buttons to avoid the tapping issues that many players face. You can adjust this under Interface, then select Customize. Just select the skill you want to enlarge and adjust it to whatever size you prefer. Active Creeps Filter. Turning this on will make you focus on the creeps that are currently active, while turning it off will leave you with no control over what you hit. But you can ignore this setting and just use Basic Attack Smart Targeting to fully optimize your basic attack experience. Simply swipe to any target, and it will override your current settings, focusing only on the first target you lock onto. The target you've selected will be marked by a red circle on the ground, and all your incoming skills and basic attacks will automatically hit that target. Aside from heroes and creeps, this is helpful for selecting which minion to target during the early laning stage. It allows you to focus on high HP minions while waiting for your skills to cool down.
Ayun!
Attack Activation Distance. This is basically the distance the system will search for a target after you tap the attack button. You can see the differences in their distances here, but as we discussed earlier, if you have the moving pursuit option turned off, it won't matter much. Auto skill upgrade and auto item buy are not recommended. For Retri gods out there, HP lock and HP shift might solve your retribution timing issue. In this position, it's hard to see the HP of the Lord, and you need to get closer before you can see its HP, and the HP shift will help you see the Lord's HP even if you move away for a couple of seconds. On the other hand, the HP lock will help you see enemies' HP under the scoreboard. However, the problem is that if someone hits you, their HP will be displayed instead. So just turn on both of them or don't be lazy dragging the camera. And for these settings, just leave them on default. Now let's go to the graphic settings. This is important especially if you always feel laggy in the game, even though you have good ping. First of all, if you have a low-end phone, the settings you just need to adjust is the camera height to high, creep HP and damage text to on, frame rate to the maximum your phone can handle, and set graphics to smooth. The problem here is that more players are pushing their settings to the max, even though their phones can't handle it, and this is what causes frame drops. And frame drops are a totally different thing from the lag issues you usually experience in a game. My point here is that if you want to maximize your settings while maintaining smooth gameplay, consider buying a phone with at least a 120 Hz refresh rate. Let's make MLBB more competitive.